Hello everybody, I am about to attempt vMA on a Templar, Magicka Templar, with the good old one bar build, which you're all very familiar with by now. So, it's a little bit different on a Templar. I've never done this before. It could fail miserably, in which case you'll never see this video, so it's a win-win. I'm going to use Elemental Drain. That's to keep up my sustain and also apply major breach to all my targets. We've got our ward, Harness Magicka. Reflective Light. I've chosen this over this Blazing Spear because it does slightly less damage, but it's also cheaper and gives you major prophecy for the duration. And I don't want Reflective Light, I want the Morph. Which is not... oh, radius 4.5, yeah, never mind, forget that. I saw 4.5 meters in the tooltip and thought that was duration, 7-second duration, that's fine. Blockade of Storms, Puncturing Sweeps, we're going to spam that like crazy, and our good old Thunderous Rage to top things off. I'm going to use Flame Blossom because it seems like a fun set to use, and Spinners because of all the penetration it gives. I want an infused lightning staff here for maximum effect with a shock damage enchantment. That's to proc off balance and concussion on everything, which is going to give us minor vulnerability up times and more damage to our heavy attacks when we do them. I'm using Valkyn Skoria for the little bit of health and also for that AoE. Pretty much everything we're doing is damage over time, so we should have good procs on that. 1405 recovery, that's with Witch Mother's Potent Brew, and one recovery glyph here. My other two are spell damage. One recovery. All my points in Magicka. I'm using the Apprentice, which allows me a nice balance actually, because I've got 35 in spell erosion. That's giving me max penetration with the elemental drain. It allows me to stack a few more into other things. So 37 Elfborn, 56 elemental expert, 35 spell erosion. If you're using this setup, you don't want any more than that. 25 staff expert, 16 master at arms, 81 thaumaturge to boost all our dots. I've got 66 into Ironclad. You've got a lot of things pecking away at you in vMA with direct damage. There's a lot of spell damage as well, so I put 13 in Spell Shield, 28 Thick Skinned, 43 Elemental Defender, 28 Hardy. Things are biased towards the elemental damage, so I've boosted the resistances there a bit more. And I put 73 into Bastion to keep our ward strong, and hopefully we don't have to lose a lot of health. 52 into Warlord for breaking free. For stuck in a stun, we're dead. 2 in Sprinter because I had 2 left over. 64 Arcanist, 56 Tenacity, 56 Tumbling, and 20 Shadow Ward. So there we go. I'm going offline mode. And in we go. See you later, Thaw Nui Ken. So we're going to use, if you've seen my one bar pet circle, Night again. This is a good omen. There was Night in that video as well. So we're taking our time, as you can see. Things die. They don't have to die incredibly quickly. But they die nonetheless. And we want to take care of this guy. He's a bit irritating. Because he does stuns, so get rid of him. Or the Destro ultimate. That's our big winner throughout this. The Destro ultimate is what we use in all the dangerous situations in order to neutralize that danger by killing it as quickly as possible. Here comes the bone dude. He's not much of a threat. And now you've got the little thingy following you around every round.
I've been waiting for this.
You just always keep coming back to this little red bush, and that helps to orientate things well. Whoops.
Uh-oh, this can't last much longer. Now do it again. Now we'll see something memorable.
Boss coming up. It's this Atro guy. Try to dodge those attacks. Drop that on him and finish him off quickly if you want. Okay, we've got the boss coming up. If you want, you can grab the sigil of defense here if you're having any troubles with this. He does all projectiles, so they'll do absolutely nothing to you for 30 seconds.
We kill the mortal.
If you just circle him, that will keep you away from the red circle, which is a bit annoying.
And the challenger is the clear victor. You do appear quite.
Okay, so the main problem in this round are going to be these spinning blades. These illuminated switches stop them, so we're going to work on keeping those off when we can. We're using a spammable jabbies, as I call them, but don't be afraid to heavy attack if you're low on your magic, and that just kills things so quickly. So use that on the mini bosses and they go straight down.
Behold, vile monstrosities, imported for your entertainment.
Keep an eye on the ward. I recommend using something like Foundry Tactical Combat that allows you to see very clearly how large your ward is, because it's imperative you keep it up almost 100% of the time.
Where do you find these weaklings?
but at the same time you don't want to overcast it, because that's a waste of magicka. I should be making better use of my elemental drain, really.
Go on! Sanguine's red hat! What a
So if you do notice your magicka going a bit low, and you haven't been very disciplined in casting it, cast it, and it'll shoot back up pretty quickly. The standing in the middle there, take him out at range because it'll stun you and knock you back if you go and stand in that thing. See, since I noticed that I wasn't using elemental drain properly, I'm casting it a bit more, and my magicka is staying very high. Those little weak enemies, just hitting them with a reflective light should do the trick.
This is how it's done.
Where are we going? There we are. So keep moving here because they're going to they do that ground AoE. Keep your elemental drain going because you will get low on magicka during this particular bit. I always do. Once they're all situated, they've all gone down, we're going to start bringing them in together. So we want them all to come together. Let this guy come in as well. And only after they're all nicely gathered together, we're going to drop the Destro ultimate. Here he comes. Okay, let's do it.
Did you see that? That's action. That does it. This is all.
See, that's just about taking them out. So we've got a heavy attack of it. The magic is going low, like I said it would. But ultimately we got that.
Sorry, it's over.
It's all about keeping that ward up. Take a break in between rounds as well. Hop around for 10 seconds. It helps you keep the focus for the next round. So up until this point we're not really using many sigils. We might take one here in the boss round to nuke it down a bit faster, the sigil of power there.
At the Queen's command! Kill!
So when you've got a lot of them around, I know you're primarily a melee build here, but we can keep our range until they gather around us. There's no need to go chasing after them when they're all bunched up. So here we've got the Wanasu. Let's put the ultimate on him. It's ready. If the health goes down a bit, we just need to keep our ward up and get into melee and jab a bit. Don't panic if your health goes down.
By the scales of the Queen.
You see a little bit of crap fly at you. Be careful because it's these stranglers, isn't it? And they're going to slow you down to the point where you can't even get to them. Okay, so now we've got the uppercutter. Make sure we elemental drain him and watch his animations very carefully. He's going to uppercut, we need to block that. There's a strangler, we need to take care of that. In between rounds we can still kill them, they duck down. We need to get rid of them or else we get very slow. Watch out for those knockbacks. Keep warding. Just dance around a bit. Have fun with it. See, that's the problem with the stranglers, is they'll slow you in the red circles until you can't do anything about it. Okay, Hag Lady, watch out for her. Put elemental drain on her. She's going to give you a lot of whacks. And she runs around, she floats around, but she doesn't take... Whoa, 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 whoa. See, that's bad luck there. We got a knockback into that red circle. But we just about survived it, and the health shoots right back up. So, I'm gonna grab this sigil of power. Destro, Daughter, keep the ward up. So the ward's only at... Let's kill that, shooting at us. So just keeping one eye on that ward will do just fine. And keep mobile, because there's always these AoEs dropping down on your head, so you really keep mobile and you'll be alright. And that's a pretty nasty situation when you haven't got a lot of DPS, so the Sigil of Power helps to get it over with faster. The combat metrics there says it was a 38-second fight. That sigil lasts for 30 seconds, so it was active more or less the whole time. They're doing reflective light, aren't they? These uppercut take care of them. And we need to watch these little guys going in the middle as always, because they put out AoEs that we don't need. So here's the mini boss.
Healer.
Wait, don't heal. Against the rules. You don't want to be in that red circle if he puts it down. Dodge out of it. Come on. We want. It's better to fight these guys at range and use heavy attacks, so that we're always sure that we're far enough away from that nasty beam when it comes out. If you do get caught in the these AoEs, you should block them. They're not too bad if you block them, but they can close to one-shot you if you don't. So as you see, I dropped the Destro ultimate on the mini-boss and he went straight down. If you can catch those little guys with the reflective light, they go pretty much straight down, so that's the thing to do. There's a shock wall coming. He's just done his shock wall, so I'm not too nervous about getting up close to him. When these guys come, we can fight around them, keep heavy attacking. So we've got a couple of these now. They can be very nasty as well, so he's doing a shock wall there, you can see it coming. He was turning a bit. So we've got another mini boss. This is an uppercutter. There he goes. Gotta block that. And jab to gain our health again. So we put down our dots and then heavy attack these. We can burn down their shield and then also knock them out. So we put elemental drain on the boss, very important. And we're going to follow him around doing this. We're going to pick up this sigil of power and drop the Destro ultimate, put our dots on him, and just run around the other side. By the time we get back to him, we put our dots down again, he'll be ready to go again. And he's down. But there's a very specific technique to doing that. Make sure you watch it again if you need to, and follow that technique. Makes it very easy, because if he lives for much longer than that, he'll put down a wave of a few adds that are going to be coming and chasing after you, whacking you in melee while he's going around in circles, and that can make it tough. Alright, now to the hard part, the rink of frozen blood. We're going to have to be very cautious of the trolls here, because we haven't got any range specifically for them. So we're going to need to be very vigilant and catch them quickly. They always spawn in the middle. If you see them spawn, watch them. Bash them. And there's an uppercutter as well. So you need to be careful of all these things. And the strongest enemies you're going to face in here are these chillbanes. So if you can, really kill them first, because they do a lot of damage. There comes another troll. But our defense against these guys is the defensive sigil there, so that's going to come in great handy now. This guy can hit pretty hard, and when they turn into a werewolf, they become completely immune to damage for a moment. So if they do that transformation, just hang on and heavy attack them, because you can't actually damage them while they're doing that. When you've got archers coming from the opposite side, go to the far end. And it draws them to die already, troll. So magic's a bit low. We're going to stick on Elemental Drain. And you see it's higher now than it was a moment ago. So this guy's a chance to gain magic and ultimate. He was very easy if you want. Gain some resources fighting him. If not, you can just burn him down.
Now we'll see some real action.
Okay, so it's going to get a bit interesting here. I need to take care of this guy, because he's there. He's actually what's doing the majority of the damage. Now there's a troll coming. Let's watch where this troll's going to. He's going over right here. Okay. Thank you. Alright. Let's at this point, why don't we grab the sigil of defense? Makes things a bit more relaxed. There's another troll on his way out. There we go.
So far, so good. But the
Okay, so we can
worst is
position
yet to
ourselves
come.
around the portals in order to I don't know whether hopping across the ice actually makes a difference, but it feels like it does.
Somebody to stop making our will.
Oh, why can't I have the attack? Go on. Pay close attention to that guy. He's our main target. Those hit very hard. Avoid them if you can. You can take your time on this guy once you get to him. We want to go into the boss round with full resources. He's not very smart either. Alright, now for the final round, hopefully I can do this on a 1-bar Templar, but it's a very specific technique and we've got to be very careful about what we do. So a troll coming over there throws a bit of a screw in the works. We don't want that. We want to come back here. Her attacks do knock down. Oh, get up, get up. There's a troll over here. Come here, get you. Gotcha. We're not doing that great for resources, but we got lucky there. Take the sigil of healing on this side once you're here. Keep elemental drain up or we'll never do this. Don't stand on those. Block when you can, okay. Because there's a lot of incoming damage and blocking helps. Alright, we've killed the ads now. Now this boss is gonna... Okay, this is good. We're in the right position. Stick elemental drain on the boss, take the sigil of defense, wait for him to come. Now drop our Destro. go to town. And down he goes.
We have a winner!
Okay, so there was a lot going on, and I start getting my tongue stuck in the back of my throat. But the main idea of what we're doing here, I'll show you again, is we want to start the boss round on this platform. This platform doesn't have anything particularly useful for us. 2 adds are going to spawn here, makes them easier to kill. Okay, take him down to 75%, at which point he'll flash red. When he flashes red, we run over here. We take the sigil of healing. That really helps because we're going to start taking a lot of damage at this point, and it gives us a bit more leeway. Kill the adds at 50%. We're going to go over here, and this is where the strategy comes in. We take the sigil of defense from this position, and as soon as the boss is settled over us, put the Destro ultimate over its head. The adds are neutralized, and we finish it off. All the while we have to remember to keep up the elemental drain, because the resources can get a bit dicey. There's quite a bit of physical damage, so we're not getting the Magicka return from our wards and ammo. Okay, so on to round 6, where we're going to be very attentive of unwebbing the obelisks, because that makes or breaks particularly the last round. You're going to get uppercut straight away. Just block that. When those blow up away from the pillars, throw them like that with a synergy. Something slow, this I don't even know what. And then block when you get into those AoEs that they do over there. So seek out a resonating obelisk. That means one that is glowing. Swipe. So we had a bug over here. That's elemental drain this time. Get a bit more resources. And quickly we can throw the bug, can we? Missed. Plenty more to come. We're going to be very cautious about getting the elemental drain up, because as we can tell so far, it's imperative to our sustain. When we used the pet sork, it wasn't so important because we were using a heavy attack build and regaining our magicka like that. But here, let's just destro this guy. Get him over with. There's a web spinner, let's take him out. Get away from that AoE. Dodge when they rear up, that hits very hard and stuns you. Web spinner there. To take those out. I always get stuck on the obelisk. So watch out now, we've only got one webbed. We don't really want to unweb that at this point, so we won't. We're going to try try to stun you into the Call Lightning.
This can't last much
The
longer.
swarm attacks. Oh, it's not resonating anymore. They do switch randomly. Destro this guy. Bastard.
Die, mortal.
That puts an end to him before he even gets a chance to do anything. And I've stunned him on accident. But that's alright.
It's like a ballet, only with blood.
Where did that bug explode? He blew that up.
You know you love it.
I need to look out for some bugs now because kill that. Oh yeah. Shit, I missed it.
Poison, take you!
Put elemental drain. Dodge. You need to dodge him. And we're working on this. Russian. There we go. Nice. But we need to... I'm not doing very well at these. I won't be able to unweb the obelisks. Rather, I won't have I won't have an unwebbed one when the swarm attacks. My weapon's out of charge, which isn't particularly helpful. I'm going to take my time over these guys because I want to unweb some more obelisks. I'd like to unweb 2 more before the boss, so we can do our strategy. Okay. So we've only got 1 left now. I need a moment before the boss as well to charge my weapon.
Now you'll get one.
Okay, there we go. Weapon's charged. Now, the main thing we're concerning ourselves with here is with unwebbing that last obelisk. And this is how we're going to do it. We're going to hit him, blow up that middle one, and Destro ultimate. Now, let's come over here and kill this spider Daedra. He hasn't got a lot of health left. But he makes us very slow, which we don't want. That's the end of that. If you get the stun and the Destro ultimate, you're good to go. So it's worth taking your time over those 2 lurchers and preparing the ground ready for the boss afterwards. So on to round 7. check nothing else is broken. Repaired. Good there. Good there. Okay. We'll have a little more sigil play with this round as well. By and large, let things come to you unless they're archers. First archer. That's a nice burst to get from Valkyn Skoria. Can't really fault that set. Oh, no thank you. Damage him while he grows. Just heavy attacking. And he's down. When these light up, it's because they've got a venom collar. And they need to go down and scale for it.
Should be memorable.
So he's standing right next to a poison plant. We don't want to go and get into melee range. That's service stuff. If we hit those with a reflective light, it just about does them in. Not quite, but it's not far off. The trolls always are going to take you a bit anything that's going to take you a bit longer to kill, stick that elemental drain on. When it grows, don't worry about it. I haven't done vMA as much lately, so I have to think a bit about what's spawning when. We're going to get the wMA suit after the archers, so we've got 2 waves of easy ads. And when the screen glows green like that... Okay, so we've got archers here. We need to really watch for taking aims. There's the wMA suit, drop Destro on his head. You've got to do that. But he walked out and I missed, so now I'm going to have a hard time. Okay, so we're going to have to play it clever. Keep your distance from him. Take the sigil of healing, will help. Now we're going to have to get round... Well, we've got these dots on us to him. Watch for him to rear up. That's going to one-shot you if you get into those. Keep the elemental drain on him, and we'll be alright. He puts a big dot on you. Keep your distance, because we can't be in those red circles. They one-shot you. There we go. Messy, but you just have to think on your feet and you can work through it. Am I poisoned? No, I think I got away with it. That's the taking aim animation. Can't let them do that, that one-shots it. Alright, 3 archers at a time. Let's grab the sigil of defense. We don't want to be playing with these guys. They can't do anything to us anymore except for arrow spray. That will still deal a great deal of damage. Now we've got trolls coming out, 2 of them this time, so watch out, keep moving. Keep your elemental drain on, try to round them up. And don't stand in that, whatever you do. Circling is a really good tactic. It helps you to avoid AoEs that are targeted based on your current position.
The bigger they come.
Right, there he is.
You know the rest.
Just wipe this guy out as far as we're able to. We've got a venom collar, but let's just keep him. Whoa! Did we get out of it? Alright, we're gonna get this guy. Now he's gone right next to it, so we're kind of stuffed in terms of what dots we can use. We got kind of lucky there. We got another venom collar over here. Keep your elemental drain up. He's got the most health of any boss in vMA, so he will take us the longest. But as you can see, we're wearing him down. Now we've got these guys coming up and a venom collar. Whoa. Now we need to find the other venom collar. There he is. I'm afflicted with poison. Nice. So I'm going to have to spam ward. Nothing else. Nothing else until that's stopped. Keep ward, keep warding, and we can survive it. Buck, get up. Now, we quickly need to get this venom collar. Things are looking pretty hairy. This guy coming along will one-shot us. Get up, get up, get up. Get up, get up. Sigil of defense, quickly. No Magicka. Come on, come on.
Oh, time for somebody to start making out a will.
Alright, grab the Sigil of Power. Get under him. That was about as close as it gets without getting any closer. But at least you got to see something in vMA done that didn't make it look like an absolute cakewalk. That's what it can be really like.
I must say.
Anyway, I'm farther than I got with my Sork 1 pet build without dying. So that's something. Need a moment to relax. Have a cup of tea. Or not. This next round usually isn't so bad, particularly if you're not a vampire. I wouldn't recommend going into this as a vampire. This round will kick your butt. Uppercutter, you may not do it straight away, but he does do it, so be aware of that. damage building. Alright, so Dremora Kingold on them. Watch. That they don't start channeling, so watch for your Dremora Kingolds. Now we can drop our ultimates on these guys. Try to stay behind them if you can. And you can avoid a lot of their attacks. Remember, you've got to kill the pillar first, and then the mini-boss becomes vulnerable. Let's do a jamming. That builds it up. And then as well, Elemental drain the mini bosses. Keep the ward up, stay behind them.
Now we see something memorable.
See what we've got here. I've forgotten. Got two archers. Not archers, but ranged ads. We need to keep up our elemental drain a bit more. Let's drive them all together here. Watch for those animations of the uppercut. There it comes. And we've got another one of these coming up. Bring him over here to the Kindle and do your Destro all together. Much more efficient. But of course he's out there. He likes to beat them. At the beginning of this round, let's grab the Sigil of Defense, because we've got a load of people shooting at us at once. We still need to be aware of the Kingolds, even with the Sigil of Defense. That particular bit is just a bit. It's a bit of a rush. It's a bit of a rush to kill them if you're not prepared. Watch out for this mini boss here. She tries to chain you straight away. When she goes down there, she's also going to do a DK standard, and then she'll try to chain you into it. So watch for that. Take out her ads as well. Keep the drain up, very important. Alright, we're on to the boss now. We'll use a very specific technique to try to kill him as quickly as possible.
Run of good luck is about to end.
We take out one killer. Nice and easy.
Your eyes in your head.
I'm going to go over here. I'm not going to get that one yet. Take out a second killer. Keep away from the boss. We gotta kill this Kingold. That's dead. Okay.
That's how it's
now
done.
we grab the Sigil of Power. Put our dots down. Destro. got him in one with the 1-bar Templar. Nice. It's all about that strategy. 39k DPS in 16 seconds. That's our burst with the 1-bar Templar. Can I stay alive? Probably not. Haven't done Maelstrom enough. On to round 9. We're going to do a lot of sigil work here as well, with defense and power particularly. And also a lot of dancing to avoid bloody ghosts. Watching these taking aims, they do it straight away. And they can one-shot you before you even get a chance to start. Bloody annoying. Lots of ghosts around him. Circle. He's done.
The challenger approaches. Release the defenders.
Watch that archer. There's plans for us. You don't have to use these as soon as they go up. Wait for these ads to spawn. Make the most of it. If you need resources, you can use these 3 stuns to heavy attack and gain resources. If you don't, you can use it to nuke through a particular round of ads. We've got one of these coming, so let's waste him. Keep circling. Okay, good. Now we've got the argh. They're quite dangerous to get into melee with an argh, so be cautious there and advise against it.
Pay attention, you louts. You might learn something.
And honestly, just run in circles around him. It negates the nastiest of what they do.
Circle around.
Careful of this guy, he does a whatever that is.
That had to hurt.
Pretty spectral explosion.
One where it counts.
That's a rather dangerous situation if you get stunned while the Daedroth is doing his fire
So
breath.
far, so good.
Round
But the
4, we're
worst
watching
is
for the
yet to
War
come.
Cruise.
This one's ugly.
We want to take them out first, and it's also nice that we're going to be able to use reflective light to slow them down. They always spawn at the outer edges. Hit them with reflective light, it'll slow them down and give us a chance. Get up. So there's one over there. But we've got a one of these guys, not a Daedroth. Circling, keep the ward going. Is there another one here? Not yet. Okay, we can use it now. We can use this argh as a chance to regain some resources. If there's just one by himself, it's not too bad. Food runs out in a few minutes, so we're going to take that just to be safe. Witch Mother's Brew. Round 5, okay. We're going to do a bit of sigil play here. We particularly want, I believe, the sigil of power is the best option for us. Put a Destro on him. You've got to block that attack. Right, this is going to be a bit hairy. Watch the fire. Get right back in. Dead. That bit is really tough if you haven't got the damage to nuke him down straight away.
Let's hope that this time is
I've
more
not
of a
figured out how to
contest.
do those fire beams yet. Probably, well, we're going to try the defensive sigil this time, and I think maybe by taking the defensive sigil we haven't got to do as many wards. That could work for this one, but we're not going to take it yet. We wait for these two first. Okay, hold on, take the sigil. So we still have to block that first one. That took care of him. Take him in.
See that? What next? I love the anticipation.
This one's ugly, even for a mortal.
Time for somebody to start making out a will.
Fucking go. Build resources and ultimate. It's the last enemy before the last boss.
You've entered the ring.
So
We've
here he
prepared
comes.
A gigantic welcome for you.
Summon your death.
Dodge when he puts his hand back like that. Now when he goes up to the channel, we do Destro. Whoa. Something gave me a big whack. And yeah, it's very important to get the Destro there. Oh, I think I lost him. Kill him over the portal, and up we go. Dodge. Yep. Okay, let's go this way. That helps us to get to this always on time.
You only delay the inevitable.
He's gonna jab, so he's gonna throw, we're gonna jab. Okay, so another one should be coming around. And that side. Get the ward up, let's get there fast. Good. If you haven't got stamina, just block it. Alright. Down we go. Now, I'm going to take that sigil of defense. Bash him first. Bash him, can I bash him? I can't bash him. Wow. Whoa, not doing very well. Anyway, I'm going to get those ghosts. You better believe it. Let's jab that guy and take him out. If your DPS is low, you have to get those. Oh shit, shit. Take the sigil. Get up. Gotcha. Shame I had that one death. There we go. We did it nonetheless. With 1 bar on a Magicka Templar. I wouldn't say that was easy. Definitely not. There we go. If you want to give it a try, give it a try. I don't think our use of these unusual sets would have made the difference between having that death or not. I just got stunned and wiped out by a wave of fire. Probably should have taken the sigil of defense the first time there as opposed to the sigil of power, and we would have had it. But we got lucky in round 7, so it only goes. It's only fair that I got unlucky in round 9. It's only fair because RN Jesus needs to be prayed to with moderation. Or something like that. I'm just glad I could do it anyway. Pity I couldn't get the Flawless Conqueror first time, but maybe I need to work on it a little more if I want that title. I never play a Templar. This is an underdeveloped Templar, and some people will put a lot of work into their character. They'll deserve the Flawless Conqueror. They will get it. If they had put in the time and used, did their Undaunted, then just maybe they could have survived that wave of fire. That's a possibility. But me, on this newbie, no. Anyway, thanks for watching. Sorry for waffling. If this was any help, great. If not, I don't blame you. It was kind of tough. Not quite the 1 bar Sork, but the same thing works on a Templar. You just need 2 dots of spammable, some means of resource return, some way of damage mitigation, and a Destro ultimate, and you can get through vMA with pretty much random sets. Aim for 12, 9, 20 spell penetration if you're using Elemental Drain. You'll have 18,200 with Elemental Drain, which will give you full penetration on bosses. So that's something to keep in mind. Alrighty, signing out. See you later.